Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be upgrading our Land Rover Discovery Sport with a bunch of things that I purchased off of Temu, AliExpress and a few other websites. All these products are going to be in the description down below, and also I am going to make a video on each installation just in case you guys want to know how to add any of those products to your vehicle. Now at the moment the Discovery Sport has the original features on the top, as well as a normal heater control panel on the bottom, and we're going to be upgrading that by putting an LCD heater control panel in at the bottom, and also upgrading the screen a little bit by fitting Apple CarPlay to it. Now the best way of doing this is to do them both at the same time, so I have to start by removing the gear selector and then removing all the trim that surrounds the heater control system, because the Harman head unit for this vehicle is located behind the heater control panel. So this device connects straight into the Harman head unit on the Discovery Sport, and it basically acts as a bridge between the Harman head unit and the screen of the vehicle, allowing your iPhone to override what would usually be displayed on screen, but still allowing the touchscreen features to only control the Apple CarPlay system as opposed to the whole unit that would be sitting behind it. Now the unit is all plug and play and pretty simple to connect up, because the harness just goes straight into the original harness and then back into the Harman unit. And then there's also the screen cable that needs to be plugged from the CarPlay unit into the Harman unit, and then the original one that was in the back here needs to go into the back of the CarPlay unit. With it all connected up, it does have to go back in quite a tight space. So what I did was I tucked the harness through first and then ran the CarPlay system to under the gear selector. Now this beautiful packaging is the LCD control panel that I'll be fitting, and I really hope that the panel itself is as good as the packaging, because this is the kind of packaging that you would expect on Apple products. Now this is a lot easier to install than the Apple CarPlay, because all the plugs from the original AC control panel just plug straight into this, and then we just screw it into place with 4 screws. Okay, so now that I have my LCD control panel installed and my Apple CarPlay, I am going to have to try doing something about this. And the reason for that is because this is nice and glossy black, and this is like a matte grey kind of colour. These surrounds are gloss black, and I managed to source some pre-cut gel trim covers for them, and then I got this bit that covers the screen. Now I felt that makes the screen look a hell of a lot better, and then this is going to go on there, and I mean, what a difference it makes putting these into position just temporarily. So let's go ahead and fit it and let's see how it turns out. And what a difference this upgrade has made. I think that the gloss black looks so good against the bottom screen, and it just makes everything look a little bit more modern inside. And with the Apple CarPlay installed as well, it just brings this vehicle into the current era. We don't lose any of the original features of the vehicle, because you just hold in the home button and it switches back. And also I have wired it correctly, which means that if I put the vehicle in reverse, the camera is still going to show up on the screen. This isn't something that's available on all the units, so just be careful when you're looking for one. I have put a link in the description down below of this one, but the price is significantly more than some of the other ones on the market. There is another one that I will link in the description where you can put a third-party reverse camera in. Now this is the LCD AC control panel. Again, on this product we don't lose any features on the vehicle. It gives you full control over the climate control. It has a setting screen where you can control the brightness. We also still have control of the seats, whether they be heated or cooling seats. This vehicle has both heated and cooling, and if you do adjust anything on here, it does also show on the top screen as it would normally. And you can also select the position in which the seat is heated or cool, whether that be the top or the bottom of the seat like you can normally on the top screen. Now there is also a hidden menu in here, so we can add and remove some of the features. Bar and rev basically means stop start. That's meant to override the stop start, but for some reason all it does is make the vehicle turn back on instantly. It still goes to turn off and then it just turns back on instantly. We can control our stop start there, and if we need our hazards, which we might do eventually being a Land Rover, we just push the volume button in, which also works when the vehicle's off. So I'm really pleased with the LCD screen and I think it looks really smart. Now I am finished with the upgrades on the interior for now, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the outside. And on the outside we are starting with the indicators on the wing mirrors, and with these I am fitting what are referred to as dynamic indicator lights. It is a bit of a fiddly task getting these mirror caps off, especially without damaging them. With the mirror caps off, I am now going to have to remove 2 screws that hold in the indicator, and then we can go ahead and swap it out. Once they're out, getting the new ones in is not too difficult, and it's all just a matter of putting it back together. But don't forget to test them first, because you want to make sure that they are working before you go and put the annoying mirror caps back on. Now this upgrade isn't hugely noticeable, but I just thought they look a bit cool, so I wanted to fit them to my vehicle. Now with the rear of the vehicle, I just wanted to smarten it up a bit and make it look a bit more elegant. So I decided to buy a gloss black trim that goes behind the registration plate, and that basically fits in nicely with the rear lights and the black trim that runs along the top of the boot handle. What I really like about this product is the fact that the holes drilled in the product line up perfectly with those in the boots, so if your registration plate is screwed onto the vehicle, you can just screw it back into position. Now as well as this, I also thought I'm going to change the badge at the same time, and I decided to go for matte black badge. In honesty, the matte black actually offsets quite nicely against the grey, so I'm not too fussed about that. Maybe in the future I'll change them to gloss black. Now the lettering is definitely not as easy to install as I make it look. I am basically using the fading and the paint to align these with the original position of the lettering, but there are definitely better ways to do this, so please don't replicate the method I use. I did get lucky and managed to align it perfectly. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the matte black against the gloss black. Did I make the right decision, or should I change these for gloss black? And then on the bonnet, I have some bonnet graphics that I fitted. I do sell these on my store, which is in the link in the description down below. And finally, we are going to be adding the roof rails to this Discovery Sport, and that's just going to finish it off quite nicely. We do have the panoramic roof, and the roof rails work perfectly on here, and I have actually fitted a roof box onto my vehicle for when we went away, and it worked absolutely fine. I didn't have any issues at all, so I do recommend adding these if you are struggling for space, or you just want to make your vehicle look a bit more smarter. It is actually surprisingly easy to fit these, and it doesn't take long at all. Just remember when you put the caps in to make sure you put them in the right place, because if you do drop them into the wrong one, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get out. So guys, let me know what your favourite modification is, and if you enjoyed this content, please do subscribe to my channel. It helps me massively. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.